Hello, welcome to Diamond Painting 101, Step 4. In this step, I'm going to show you how to actually start your diamond painting. What to do once you've done your inventory, or if you went on to Step 3 and already put all your beads into bags, I will show you how to set them up to be used in a more practical manner while you're doing your diamond painting. Some people may choose to just keep them in the bags and do it from there, but others like to put them in other storage containers so that they're easier to see while you're diamond painting. Now, if you're going to do this with the baggies, like I showed you in Step 2, in Step 3, where you put them into a bag and you labeled each bag, you're going to need to go and purchase some bags and some stickers. But you could also use a Sharpie and write on the bag itself if you don't plan to reuse them for anything. This is not necessary, but it does help. What is necessary is some sort of storage container for your beads, because once you open these packets that you get that come with your diamond painting, it's not really practical to keep them in these packages, because you would have to scotch tape them and then open them again. So you're going to want to buy either the baggies or a container, and I'll show you a good container that's inexpensive and it's good to start out with if you're just starting diamond painting, especially if you're not sure if you're going to like it or not. So if you choose to put them in the bags and you did what I showed in Step 3, you're already ready you don't have any packages to open, and you don't have anything, you don't need to put them in any kind of storage container because you've already got them in your bags. But if you want to use the storage containers and you haven't opened your packages yet and put them in bags, I'll show you what to do. I have this tiger in here because this is not the next one that I'm going to do. I plan to do a different painting next. So I wanted this into a smaller container that was easy to see and easy to get to when I am ready. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for your order to come, it would be good to go and get yourself either your bags and labels or a container. Sometimes you can get them on they have some containers at Walmart, stores like that, but I haven't found too many. They did start selling a container, but it's fairly expensive. It's like $20, and if you're not going to be doing a lot of diamond painting, or you're just buying your first one and you want to try it out, this is something that would be more practical. I got mine on Wish, and I'll link that to you in the description, but they also sell these on Amazon. They cost a little bit more on Amazon, but you can get them quicker. I'm not sure if they have them on Prime, so I don't know. It may be about the same length of time. If you want to go further and find larger storages and you're really going to get into diamond painting and you're sure of it, I have another video I'll link at the bottom of what I use for storage. Now, when you're choosing your storage container, you're going to want to find something that has individual smaller sections that you can pull out, because you don't want one of those containers that are divided and pouring your beads in there, because there's no way for you to pour them into your little green tray without spilling the entire thing. So this is good because they have individual sections that you can open and pour into your tray, like so. So I'm going to show you the beginning steps, everything you need to know on how to start a diamond painting. This is my partial round, the owl. And we're going to start by putting, I'm just going to do a couple of colors so that this video doesn't last forever. Okay, this is the container. You can write on these lids with Sharpie and then clean them off later with a baby wipe or with alcohol and a cotton swab, or you can put a label on it. Like I said, I got these at the Dollar Tree for, there's 315 of these little dots for $1. But a Sharpie works best because it is easier to see, but you can use any kind of pen that will work on this type of material. So this is just, the only label I have for this is 13. So I'm going to write 13 on here and take it off, and I'm going to put it on the lid. And let's do number 1. It actually would have made sense. Well, 13 is going to be in its own row because there are 4 in each row of these. So if I go 13, I'm going to have to go 4, 8, 12. So I'll use 4 rows. There are 6 rows of these in this package. So I'm going to put 1 here. I do them in order because it makes it a lot easier to find them when it's time. But for a small project like this, this type of storage system is perfect because each one of these has 1 bag. Each one of the numbers for this project has 1 bag, and these containers will hold everything. It will hold 1 for each color, so it's a perfect size. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let me just do the 1 row here. So we do 1, and then we have 2, 3, 4. So some people may be wondering, well, I know that there's 4 in each container and there's 4 rows, so why do I even need to label them? Well, because they could get out of order and then you're going to end up putting the wrong color in the wrong spot. So may not want to do that. So these most of the time have this ridge on the edge so that you're able to just pull them open. Sometimes I have problems, so I end up cutting them. Oh, this one's easy. So we just shake them down to the bottom, open the package, make sure my tray's clean, pour the beads, drills, diamonds, tiles into this container, and then we pour it into our little container. And there we go. So 13 is ready. Next, we are going to pull out number 1. And they should have perforations between them. Yep, there we go. Easy. Open this package. And you want to pour them fairly slow because they will go flying everywhere if you don't, or if you get too enthusiastic about it. Let's pour 1 in there. And you have to make sure you get every little one. Sometimes they like to stick around in the container. Number 2. It doesn't want to separate. There we go. Oh, one went flying and oh, it was garbage. Okay, see now look in here. I've got a lone pink bead. That will happen a lot. You will get odd colors in there. I just take a pair of tweezers and I pull it out and I stick it to the side or I throw it away. But sometimes It's good to keep your extras like that, because if you run out of a color, you'll have them or something similar to what you need. But that was a big difference. Purple to pink, I don't think that's even close to this color. Okay, I dropped a couple here. Them in there. Let's put 2 more colors in and then we'll start on the painting. Okay, need to use scissors for this one. That's number 3. Okay, where was I? Sorry about that little interruption. My husband's leaving for work and he didn't know I was recording. So let's get number 4 put in. Okay. I'll do the rest of these later. This is just for demonstration purposes, so we can get started. Okay. There are different pens that could come with your painting. The most common is this one, the drill pen. Sometimes it'll come with this on the end. I had no idea what it was when I first started, but it is a multi-drill placer. It will place 3 drills, 3 beads at one time. If you're going to try these, give yourself some time first to do the single placer, and then when you get comfortable with it, go on to the 3, and then if you are comfortable with that, then you can move on up to the 6. This is a 6. This is one that I'm using. I replaced the regular drill size on one end with a 3 and 6 on the other, as you can see there. And then there's also a 9. This one's quite a challenge for me. So give yourself some time, give yourself some practice if you want to do multi-drills. I do also have another video on how to do it. But for now, we're just going to stick with the single drill. In fact, let's do this one, because I don't have any wax in it. What you're going to do is you're going to take your drill pin, you're going to take your wax, and you're going to lift up the plastic cover. There's a cover on both sides to protect it. There we go. I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah. So what I found, the easiest way to fill your drill pin is to scrape it along the edge and fill it up. And keep your finger at the other end so that you're not just throwing it somewhere. You'll see there's like a big pink booger on the end. You're not going to want to drill like that, because what it will do is it will squeeze over the edge, because these diamonds have a flat side and then they have a curved side. And you're going to want the flat side down in the tray and the curved side up. And what this does is it sticks the wax on the curved side, and it will actually go inside the pen shaft just a little bit. So what I do to get the excess wax off is I just push it down on the tray and kind of make a little swirly motion, and it will push all that extra wax out, and you just wipe it off. So now you're ready to go. You may get a little bit extra coming out for the first few drills, but that's okay. Just wipe it off. As long as it's in there, this should last quite a while, at least through half my painting. When it stops picking up the diamonds, just put some more in. Easy as that. So let's start with this painting here. Okay, we will find an area that has some of these numbers. Now, some people will, on a round drill, it's different than a square drill. On a square drill, you're going from edge to edge. And what most people do is they start at the bottom, and they'll start, if they're right-handed, most right-handers will start on the right-hand corner, and left-handers start on the left-hand side, just because you're not dragging your hand into sticky. Because I'm right-handed, and if I were to start on the left, I'd want to rest my hand down on the paper, and if I'm working over here and just starting, all this is going to be sticky, and I'm going to get my hand stuck in it, and that's going to wear down the glue and make it where your drills don't stick. So it's just easier to start over here, especially if you're just beginning to do this. But you will want to pull the cover up, and on this one it's clear, so you know where the numbers are going to be. On the opaque covers like this one, in fact, let me just put this down for a minute, I'll show you real quick. On these ones, it's hard to tell, so you just have to lift up your corner and see what numbers are there and then start working. I do want to say on this though, because you will run into it if you're going to continue diamond painting, on these covers, you do not want to rip them, because you're going to want to just show a certain area and do portions at a time. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to fold your cover back. Okay, so say I want to do this amount at once, going up. So I'm going to fold it here, but I don't want to do this whole strip. I just want to do half of it. So I'm going to just cut the paper like that, so I have two sections already ready to go. So when I'm done with this and I get all these diamonds put on, some people will keep the cover. It's up to you. They will keep it and just lay it back down over the diamonds, or what I do is I cut it off once I'm done. But you're going to want to leave it on until you're done with this section at least, so that if you have to stop in the middle of it, you can cover it back up and keep dirt and dust off of it. Okay, so that was just an important piece of information I thought you should know, especially the part about, cutting it, because if you rip it, the fibers in this cover are small and hairy. So it's just like any other kind of piece of paper. If you rip it, those fibers can get stuck in your glue. It could make it where the symbols on there are hard to read, and you'll think that it's a different letter sometimes or a number, when in actuality it was just a piece of the fibers from the paper that you pulled off. So just to keep your glue pristine and the entire canvas underneath pristine, so that you know what the letters and numbers and symbols are, you're going to want to cut, not rip. Okay, so let's go back to this one, and we're going to pull up this. Sometimes this will flop back down. Just put something on here to keep it down. Now I'm going to do the ones. You can see the ones. Let me show you here. The ones are right here in the chest area. So I'm just going to show you a sample of how to diamond paint. We're going to do the ones, and then I will let you go so you can either go get yourself some baggies or some storage containers, or go order your painting or whatever it is you want to do next, but be excited about it. This is really fun, and it is addicting. If you don't want to be addicted, you don't want to try this. You're going to pour a little bit of beads into your tray, like so. You're going to shake it gently. You don't need to do it too hard. They say 60-degree angles is what's best. I don't know what 60 degrees really looks like, so I just shake until most of my diamonds are flat side down. You're going to want to keep your tray close to your work, and you're going to take your pin. You are going to go straight down or at an angle so that you can see what you're doing. But basically you will be tapping the tip of the diamond, the curved side. See if I can show you. There you go. See, I've got the diamond on the tip, and it's on there firmly. And then you're going to find the corresponding number that goes to this color, and you're going to just tap it on there. And I'll show you up close. The cover will flip back down. You see that? We got our first number, our first diamond dotted, drilled, painted, whatever term you want to use. Do a few more here, and then I'll let you go so you can go have some fun. I'll just put one. It's so simple and easy to do. Well, I guess simple and easy are the same thing, but it's fun and it's relaxing. One thing you're going to want to try and remember to do is to relax your shoulders. I have a real issue with that even now. I seem to tense up my shoulders when I'm trying to relax doing my diamond paintings. So I have to remember, this is a relaxing hobby. Relax. Relax your shoulders. Now see, I've put a few down, and I'll show you what my pin looks like. Let's focus. Can you see how it's kind of, there we go. Come on. It's got a little piece coming out. It's squished out. So I'm just going to pull it off. You get plenty of wax. You will more than likely not run out. I've never run out. In fact, I have so much extra, I started keeping it in a jar so that it will dry out on me. And this is that jar. That's all wax that I've gotten from diamond paintings. I even got a blue color. I just put it all in there, squish it together, and keep it dry. Or keep it from drying out. So I'm putting all these ones on the one symbol. Now, if you do find that this is something you plan to get involved into, you might want to go watch the video I have on my tools of the trade, and there are some things in there that you might want to invest in. They're not real expensive, but they are things that will make your life a lot easier and make this a lot more enjoyable if you had them. They aren't necessary. They are just luxury items, I call them. And I almost have all the ones done already on his chest. It's just a matter of picking it up and placing it. I mean, you could sit here and go in like this, and my diamond is still on my pin. It is very simple to do. I've actually taught my 5-year-old how to do it. I have a video of her doing it as well. It was a challenge. It's a challenge for somebody with delayed motor skills, but she works really hard at it and she loves it. She isn't as interested in it as I am, so she gets bored easier. She's still working on her first tiny little one. Okay, the chest is done. There's more of the ones over here, and there's some over here, but I'm gonna stop right here and show you what I've done. You see that? All those little diamonds have been placed. I think I'm going to actually finish this one right now, but I'm going to let you go and start your own. If you have any questions or comments or just want to say hi or anything, just leave me a comment down below and be sure to like the video and subscribe. I post videos quite often. I always seem to be finding new things to talk about or to post about, and I always post when I get a new package. And that's another thing diamond painting does for me. I am able to think. I think a lot, and I get a lot of thinking done when I'm diamond painting. Even if I am watching videos or listening to videos or watching a movie or listening to an audiobook while I'm doing it, I'm able to think. And for some reason, it just makes my thinking very clear. Now I have a checklist here. I just want to make sure I have everything. That's about it that I can see that I wrote down. When you're done with your painting, and if you have any leftover diamonds, you know, you might want to either keep them in your storage thing until you can figure out how you want to store your leftover diamonds, or put them in baggies with the labels. But the reason for storing them and holding on to them is a couple of things. For one, if you get a larger project and you just happen to run out of diamonds and the person you bought it from did not supply enough, you can go back and say, well, this color is very similar, or it matches it perfectly because it's the same number. Then you will have them there, and you won't have to wait for them to ship them from China, which takes three to 4 weeks and sometimes longer. And the other thing, the other reason for keeping them is if you plan to frame these and put them on the wall, and something happens, somebody bumps into it if you don't have a glass cover over it, or something happens and some diamonds fall off, you're going to want to have these so that you can replace them, replace the ones that fell off. And you'll know which one is for what color because you have your key here, because these colors on here actually show you the color of the diamond, because you can see the color here is the same, if not very, very close to the color of the bead. So there you have it. This is Donnie. I hope you've enjoyed my 101 tutorial, and I hope it helps. I'll talk to you later. Bye.